Good morning, my brothers. I'm one of the ministers of Love Gospel Assembly. How to see many amazing names of God. Back in the Bible days, a person's name usually says something about that person, character, or destiny. This is why the many names of God are vital, important for us to see and understand. Each name of God reveals something about his character. At the same time, God's name shows us many different ways in which he is there to help us in our times of need. We can see God's name revealed to us throughout the pages of Scripture. Often, the Bible reveals a new name of God when the people either face a great need or when God comes through and bless them in a particular way. As time passes, the people of God receives more and more revelation about the nature of God. This process continues today as people discover more of his character. Each of us individually has the ability to learn even more about God and his nature as we walk through life. This is why it is important to have a personal relationship with God the Father directly. Without that direct personal connection, we only learn about God without even growing to actually know him. By spending time in prayer and meditation on each name of God, we can come to know him in a far more personal and intimate way. I chose the name of Olam, the everlasting God. At first glance, this may seem a minor incident in Abraham's life, but at Beersheba we see that Abraham called on the Lord as El Olam, the everlasting God, or eternal God. The Hebrew word Olam means for a long time, always, forever. El Olam thus reveals God as the everlasting God, without beginning or end. El Olam, the everlasting God. Scripture reading, Genesis chapter 21, verses 22 to 34, the New International Version. At the time, Abimelek and Phicol, the commander of his force, said to Abraham, God is with you in everything you do. Now swear to me before God that you will not deal falsely with me or my children or my descendants. Show to me in the country where you now reside as a foreigner the same kindness I have shown you. Abraham said, I swear it. Then Abraham complained to Abimelek about a well of water that Abimelek's servant had seized. But Abimelek said, I don't know who has done this. You did not tell me, and I heard about it only today. So Abraham brought sheep and cattle and gave them to Abimelek, and the two men made a treaty. Abraham set apart 7 ewing lambs from the flocks, and Abimelek asked Abraham, what is the meaning of these 7 ewing lambs you have set apart by themselves? Verse 30. He replied, accept these 7 lambs from my hands as witness that I dug this well. So the place was called Beersheba, because the two men swore an oath there. After the treaty has been made at Beersheba, Abimelek and Pharisilo, the commander of his force, returned to the land of the Philistines. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called on the name of the Lord, the eternal God. And Abraham stayed in the land of the Philistines for a long time. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he called the name of the Lord eternal God. Genesis 21, verse 33. Abimelek, a local ruler, wanted to make a treaty with Abraham because, as he said, God is with you in everything you do. Abimelek played it safe and became an ally of Abraham rather than an enemy. At first glance, this may seem minor incident in Abraham's life, but at Beersheba, we see that Abraham called on the Lord as Olam, the everlasting God or the eternal God. The Hebrew word Olam means for a long time, always, forever. Olam thus reveal God as the everlasting God, without beginning or end. Olam is a Hebrew word that occurs more than 400 times in the Hebrew scriptures. It is translated as eternal, everlasting, forever. Why would Abraham use the name of Olam here? Note that before encountering Abimelek, Sarah had given birth to Isaac, the son God has promised. Abraham saw that God was faithful to his promise for many years earlier. As a reminder that the everlasting God keeps his promise, Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in evergreen at Beersheba. The treaty that follows at Beersheba gave us an example of why Abraham said and Sarah are praised in the Hebrews chapter 11. They stepped out in faith by obeying Olam, the everlasting God who keeps his promise. God has eternity in view for you. What can you do today to demonstrate your trust in the everlasting God? Oh God, you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. Help us to trust you in the big and small event of our lives. Quoting a poem, The Lord of Eternity by Fernando Ortega. Lord of Eternity, blessed is the man who walks in your favor, who loves all your words and hides them like treasures in the darkest place of his desperate heart. They are a light, a strong, sure light. Sometimes I call out your name, but I cannot find you. I look for your face, but you are not there. By my sorrows, Lord, lift me to you. Lift me to your side. Lord of eternity, Father of mercy, look on my fainting soul. Keeper of all the stars, friend of the poorest heart, touch me and make me whole. If you are my defender, who is against me? No one can trouble or harm me if you are my strength. All I ask, all I desire is to live in your house all my days. I pray that this ministers to someone today. God bless you.
Thank you for joining us in this week's Nuggets of Hope. We hope you continue to join us, and we hope that you are blessed by each teaching. You can join us on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. God bless you.